Does it signify that things have changed for you?
To an extent, yeah. I think, you know, it's going to be groundbreaking in terms of what it will do for the future. I think for black talent, it will be very significant as well. So this is something that's going to be significant in terms of the message, particularly to black children, you know, that are, you know, into these superhero films and what it represents, and showing them a more positive, you know, representation of the culture and black people, but also people who aspire to be in the film industry, because there is also that conversation about diversity overall within media.
Edward, I suppose one of the challenges, particularly with black superheroes that come from the comic books, is that these superheroes were created decades ago.
Yeah.
When perhaps it was a different time. And so, therefore, you're drawing on a piece of history that you're trying to make relevant. Is that the challenge? Is that why we haven't seen it before? Or
the challenge is, for me, I'm all for positive role models, black role models. But this is about imaginary, fictional characters. This is allowing writers, producers, whatever, people to be more creative, but not kind of stipulating, saying this person has to be black, it has to be Asian, it has to be, or about the sexuality.
It's not about has to be, though. It's basically saying we live in a multicultural society.
Yeah, we do.
So why wouldn't we have that anyway?
So
why is it that
why are you taking the kind of creativity away from people who want to come up with characters out of the ordinary? It's about a fictional, imaginary world.
But
that's it.
And characters like that are created anyway.
You're putting an exclamation mark on the creativity.
What could actually be the justification?
That's more or less what you're saying.
There is only one idea of what greatness is at the moment. So if you
so
look
what's your idea of greatness?
My idea of greatness is, you know, somebody just fulfilling whatever they want to do.
And surely that's what writers and creatives do when they're creating a character.
There's only one perception.
Isn't that the point?
Yeah, but there's only one character. There's only one image of what greatness is. And I think that this is... well, usually it's somebody who has a particular profile and looks a particular way. That is the status quo.
What was your favourite character when you were growing up? Did you have a favourite superhero? Who
Not
was
necessarily
your
superheroes, but I was really into Disney princesses.
Yeah.
And
did you judge?
actually,
did you judge and say,
but the reason why this is significant, if we use the Disney princess kind of example, the reason why this is significant is the fact that if, for example, a black little girl like me is always given, you know, a blonde Barbie doll with blue eyes, and that's always, you know, the thing that's shown as beauty, and oh my God, you know, and these particular children as well will probably go to their mums and say, Mummy, why don't I have hair like this? Or why is my hair coarse? Or
do you really think that kids at that age...
and I think it's conditioning kids to think that there's a particular image
I don't think so.
that they should aspire to.
Because when I was growing up,
this isn't just about a black and white thing. I mean, I can only speak from a black woman's perspective and what I've experienced with these kind of fictional characters. It's about diversity across the board.
Exactly, and that's what we need to be talking about. So don't you think, when it comes to diversity, you know, I've worked in many places. I remember when I got picked to be the voice of Channel 4, More 4, as a continuity announcer, and I got through to the final round, and I was told, well, we can't have you, Ed, because, you know, you're an urban voice, and being told by a managing director of a radio station...
So you understand that the struggle is real for our culture.
Fictional.
You understand that.
No, you've missed the point. No, you've missed the point.
Okay, look,
you've missed the point here. You've missed the point here. That's reality of what I went through. You're talking about a world where it's about imaginary, fictional characters.
But these fictional characters then have a impact on people who are watching it, particularly children.
So you think that boxes need to be ticked for fictional characters?
It's not about boxes being ticked, it's just about being realistic in the world that we live in.
We live in a
multicultural...
I think the idea being that had there been more black characters as you were growing up, that perhaps when it came to you doing that audition, the person making that decision may not have considered...
watching people when I was growing up.
The person making that decision might not have considered your voice to be urban, because he would have seen the voice. Because, of course, the lead character in this is a prince.
We're missing the point here. We're talking about fictional imaginary characters, superheroes, where they're not real. It's taking someone on that journey, and you're bringing diversity into it, which it's not about the diversity, it's about a character.
But
that's
just
the
because
issue.
It's not real, that's like saying, for example, OK, one of the issues as well, you know, in film and TV, in terms of characters and stereotypes, is that, you know, usually the black character in a film is either the sidekick, or it's very stereotypical in the very kind of ghetto and urban or whatever. So I think that in itself, showing black people and showing black children that there is a more positive kind of portrayal.
Don't you think the debate should be focused on trying to get more creatives to create those characters, and beyond that, with radio and TV, when I walk into places and I see a Nigerian security guard and the commissioning editors, the talent are not black, they're not Asian. Don't you think the debate should be focused and it should go in that direction?
I suppose the argument might be is if we see more role models, we maybe will get a different balance in the scenario.
You were talking about stereotypes because on The Apprentice, and I'm sure you've watched it back. I mean, enjoyed your performance on The Apprentice. You did great. How did you feel that you were represented on that? Do you think it was fair?
I mean, it's debatable, but for a lot of people, how did I feel?
For you, is it?
Well, in terms of the way that I was portrayed, I don't think it's necessarily the way that I think I am in particular, and I think it played up to specific stereotypes.
A black stereotype.
And what do you mean by that? Usually, you know, when you see black women on TV, there is that kind of angry black woman, and I think for women, you'll understand in situations where if you have an opinion and you're very outspoken, you're automatically called the B word. Well, for me, it's kind of a double whammy because I'm a black woman, you know, I'm emotive, I've got a strong opinion, and rightly so, you know, if I've got something to say, I'll say it. But in no way was I ever kind of rude or aggressive or whatever, but I think that, you know, sometimes that can be the portrayal.
What you need to say is that The Apprentice let us know. They said, we represent candidates in a fair and balanced light, and everything seen on screen is an accurate portrayal of events. You can disagree with that because, of course, it was you that was being represented. We're out of time, sadly. It's been fascinating.
Can we come back? Can we do this again?
Yeah.